I can go this week. I got a fun one. So this has been floating around the internet for a little while, and I've been keeping kind of an eye on it because it's super weird. I thought it was a joke, but there is sort of an evolutionary process called carcinization, which is basically like the basic theory behind this is that all things are eventually evolving into crabs. And there is like a tremendous amount of evolutionary evidence that crabs are like the perfect creature for our planet. So like there's a lot of like divergent evolutionary trees that have turned into crabs. And so a lot of people are starting to get nervous that like the final destination for humanity is that we're going to be crab people.
Like from South Park?
Crab people.
Yeah, like South Park must have got it right. I don't think they knew that. But I dug in deep. Like there's a lot of like if you just it's actually pretty phonetic, but it's carcinization with 2 C's. Or carcinization. And holy shit, man, they're like everything's turning to crabs. Like give it another million years and we're all just gonna be pinchy little assholes. And this worries me greatly. That's not what I want for humanity. I hope we end up off the planet. Just because I don't.
Well, why can't we be off the planet and crab people?
I don't want to be crab people.
Amphibious spaceships. Like that would be awesome. And as long as it's not like a Jar Jar Binks thing, you know. But
that's the spaceship. We can have amphibious spaceships and still be people. We have amphibious ships now.
But like it's like a reverse amphibious spaceship where we're going out.
You are an amphibious person ship.
As an amphibious person, like I would be in a spaceship that's nothing but water because I'm a fucking crab, and it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be a lot of genetic rewrite, but I don't want to be a crab. And it gives me like undue like problems. Like I don't sleep well because I'm worried about crabification.
Well, there's actually one crab out there that I wouldn't mind being. I don't know the name of this said crab, but I do. It has. Crab? Yeah, it's just crab. It's just crab. No, no. There's a particular crab though that has medical blood. Essentially, like they drain these crabs of this like blood.
You're talking about horseshoe crabs.
Yeah.
You're talking about horseshoe crabs. No, they have super blood for sure. They're superhumans. But that is what I'm talking about though. But they're the perfect creatures. Crabs have so their blood is perfect. Their exoskeleton is perfect. The way they eat is perfect. Their reproduction is perfect. So they taste perfect. Everything about crabs are perfect. They're designed excellently, like crabs and fungus.
You know,
that's what.
You keep saying the word crab, and I literally just cooked for the first time in forever, and it was crab.
You made carbonara.
I did, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But
even your pasta's turning to crab.
Oh my god! Fucking god! No, but okay, so for those who don't know about horseshoe crabs, because I mean, I guess me and Zach really know because we want to be crabs someday, obviously. But the blood specifically is used for cancer medicine and a bunch of other different medicines because it has very strong healing and preventative properties. Which is really
there's a lot of science that we don't know, but there's a lot of science that says like their blood fixes tons of shit. It's also blue, like bright blue. It's super weird.
You know, the crab that I'd want to be. Mr. Krabs. He owns a successful business. He has all of the money.
Damn it.
He has so much anxiety though. Mr. Krabs is like a 40-year-old man
it's just
having
like
a meltdown
literally just me anyway. So I might as well just be Mr. Krabs.
Just in the middle of a Mr. Crab meltdown all the time.
Yes.
So like
especially this year.
I'm about to say just Shannon every day already. So it's not like there's much.
But I'd have money. The thing would be different is I'd have money.
It's actually a substantial upgrade to the otherwise human experience.
Yeah, but again, like that. Yeah, that's the anthropomorphication of a crab into you. So maybe you were just crab in a past life, Mr. Crab in a past life. But yeah, I don't think your trip is going to be as fun as you turn into a fucking clampy little lobster person.
Side note: I'd be down to be BoJack Seahorse. Yeah, BoJack Seahorse.
There's a spin-off waiting to be made right there.
Yes. Wait. There was an underwater episode. Why was BoJack Seahorse totally not a fucking thing on that episode? Holy shit. No one on the internet did this.
It's just him carrying babies the whole time, being confused about who he is. It's fun. He gets a girl pregnant in the episode and then has to carry the babies the whole time and is just upset about it because he can't drink because he's filled with babies. That is actually a funny episode waiting to be.
I am so mad that this was just found like a year after it went off the air. I'm offended. Let's make that like a Christmas special.
Christmas special.
Oh gosh. But yes.
Well, I guess some lighter news than I guess that we're all not turning. Well, at least we're not turning into crabs like right now.
Yeah, we'll
like
be
there's no
soon.
crabbification ray. It's like much later. So we got some good news, or at least lighthearted news. The saint that is Dolly Parton has decided to donate $1 million to coronavirus vaccine research. As we were like talking about before, if you don't like Dolly Parton, you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit.
Pretty
You're
much.
an absolute piece of shit.
And if you don't, just so again, I come from like East Tennessee. Go to Dollywood, and you can't not love Dolly Parton.
You know what?
It's the silliest theme park in the world, and it's so much fun.
I lived in Tennessee for 5 years, and I never fucking went.
You're an asshole.
I'm an asshole because, okay, in my early 20s, I had literally no idea about Dolly Parton. She wasn't relevant to me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I really only gave a shit about Dolly Parton a little later on when I became like a full-fledged adult and started listening to adult shit, and Dolly Parton is just one of those like just fucking timeless like people. I mean,
she's a legend, man.
Like, if there should be a third Doomsday Vault, it should be like seeds, cookies, Dolly Parton's body, like
Dolly
Lennon
Parton and Betty
style.
White.
Yes, and all her music in there.
The two ancient queens of our culture.
Yes, with cookies. Like it just kind of spilled over from the other.
We'll just leave them in the cookie vault.
Yeah, no.
Leave them in the cookie vault.
Also, the cookie vault sounds very sexual, and now like that's my new favorite thing to say.
Just as long as it's like Scrooge McDuck's vault, only it's with Oreos.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
and that's what Dolly.
Yeah, but say back to
Dolly
Dolly Parton real
vagina
quick.
joke. This went a different route than I thought.
Dude,
it would.
she's been married for like 1 million years. Like she's been married forever. Like same dude.
Well, he's lucky. He knows
Yeah.
he's lucky.
She's a perfect lady. She's so sweet. Like every time she comes, like she's on TV or does anything, like she just seems like a full-on saint. And it goes a long way showing that she still cares. Like she's still being like a philanthropist. A full-on rapist. A philanthropist.
Well,
and she's like, that's an amazing thing. It really helps the world right now.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, like, she learned from a very early age where it's like, I need a fuck ton of plot armor if I'm going to do this Dolly Parton thing, and when she did first come out, it's like, who the hell are you? Why do you look so trashy and everything else? And she's like, that's just who I am, motherfucker.
Did she? I don't know, like, she's just always been a legend to like I don't really know about the beginnings of Dolly Parton.
She's been a legend for time immortal, but like when she was getting started, there were people who were like, who is this weird trashy person? Yeah. And in fact, there's a show right now. It's an anthology of Dolly Parton songs and all the backgrounds for these songs. So they have like an episode just for Jolene. They have an episode for 9 to 5 and a bunch of, and there's multiple seasons because of it's Dolly Parton. Of course.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I gotta watch that.
I actually had a friend who was first ADing on it. I think it's on HBO. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask him where it's at. But yeah, no, I've been waiting for it to come out. I think it's already out. If not, it's coming out very, very soon. Yeah. It's not called Dollywood, although that would be pretty dope.
And I've been so drunk at Dollywood.
I
made a mess of myself there.
We should do an episode where we go and review the theme park. That'd be so fun.
That way, if
don't tease me.
Okay. All the fans who are thinking about becoming Patreon subscribers, get us to Tennessee this way, and we will totally make this happen.
Make it a vlog of Dollywood.
We just need a daddy to take us to
Dollywood.
Yes. Spoil
Please,
me, Daddy.
Please take me to Dollywood.
Hey,
if
turn tricks for less.
Yes, and
what?
And the VIP donations gets to hear Shannon say that on repeat on a track that I'll go ahead and just make like 5 hours long.
It's just a loop. That's it.
Just a loop of "Take me to Dollywood, Daddy."
So you don't know this, but there's like 3,800 old dudes in East Tennessee that just got erections and they don't know why. Just so you know.
Oh, I didn't know there were so many old guys into ASMR.
Well, it's the spirit of Dollywood. They heard it. They were like, Dollywood Daddy, that's me. It happened.
Dude, I don't even think we're like 5 minutes into this episode yet. It's already a great train wreck. I love it.
Sorry.
That's great.
You're like Barbie in Toy Story 2, my cheeks.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, you're up, man.
All right. I don't think I can follow Dolly because she's just a fucking legend. But mine is that there in Sweden, there are actually more female priests now than male priests, and that's really, really interesting because first off, the Catholic Church doesn't let women do pretty much anything in terms of anything in the church.
They're historically not great.
It's not great, but
the ladies.
I think it's actually great having women leadership in the church. Because
I wasn't saying that they shouldn't. I was saying historically they haven't been. But yeah, absolutely, this is great.
Yeah, no, like I mean, historically goes back thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah, dudes have been bad since dudes. Like since the conception of dude, we have been awful to everyone.
I would love to see the correlation between men and women priests and how many children get abused during which time. I just want to see that. I don't want to
see that chart. That just sounds like I'm going to have a panic attack when I look at it.
It would be so bad, but like you just see the more women here, the less child abuse. It's like the correlation is the causation here.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, dudes are bad.
Yeah, like
worst.
Males in any level of power just suck. And maybe this is like reverse sexism on my part. I don't think men should have any business being leaders at all. Like the thing is, we've been doing it for 2,000 to 3,000 years for the majority of the world, and we seem to be doing a really shitty job of it, historically speaking. I think it's time for us to go. You know what? We did 3,000 years. Let the women go for 3,000. We'll switch the roles, see what happens. I'm about this. I'll die on this hill. I mean, I'll have another one, but I want to die in this one right now.
Shannon, take over.
I mean,
you're in charge of the whole everything now.
Here I am I'm not going to be obviously speaking for all women. I don't want to be like a male apologist, but obviously I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but not all men.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but not all of the
hashtag.
No, but seriously, it's just like I feel like it just depends on the people, and then obviously because of like other privilege and things of the 3,000 years and whatnot, and before it was because dudes were physically stronger and could bonk a woman over the head and take her into the cave. That's what it was based off of because of the strong things and correlations. Like that's how the idea of men are stronger, so that's why they should be given positions of power. Does that mean all men in power are bad? Yeah. No. Does it mean that in certain systems of government it kind of attracts a type of person that's trying to get ahead and be seedy? Probably. So I don't know.
I feel like this comment was taken way too seriously, but
it was.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, the culture of humanity has evolved past the biology of humanity because it makes sense in hunter gatherer times.
Sure,
man have big stick, man power, and
but we haven't had to deal with that for at least 5,000 years in terms of that. But and here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm just saying our culture has gotten past it to where but people won't let go. It's taken not 5, 50,000 years.
I think about this a lot where it's okay, let's say we have the 3,000 years of just men ruling shit. How different would things actually have been if women were generally in charge of leadership? We would have a completely.
There are examples that have gone really well.
I'm just saying we would not have a dark age. There would be no dark age whatsoever.
I
mean, maybe.
Also, I saw this really interesting post of a bunch of anti-women's suffrage movement drawings and stuff, political cartoons from back in the day. And I think the reason why certain men, obviously not all men, I can't believe I keep saying this anyway, we're scared of women voting and having powers because they subconsciously recognize how shittily they've been treating people, and they're scared like, well, women are going to act exactly the same way as we have, and they're going to take vengeance against us because we've been beating our wives and we've been blah, blah, blah.
Why don't you think that's why America doesn't want black people to have power?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Oh, yeah.
nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. It's
people
just,
in power don't want to give up power. Like that is a simple concept.
And here's the thing: what annoys me the most about like this type of like thing, where it's like, oh, nothing ever changes. For example, I just watched SNL from 2015. Like we're going backwards on SNL, and we watched a Ebola virus episode. And it was literally the same shit. Obama hired somebody who had no idea how to actually deal with pandemics and everything else. And it was so fucking parallel to what we're doing right now. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, no, this is not real. The reason that things don't ever change in terms of like, we're still dealing with civil rights. We're still dealing with the same shit we've been dealing with for hundreds of years is because the culture and the government itself doesn't change. So the problems are always still there. And this isn't like a red or a blue or a Trump or whatever. It has nothing to do with that.
It's power.
No.
It's basic human psychology.
It's systemic is what it is. And the thing is when systemic power has been held for
it's in our brains. Yeah. It's psychology. And you keep saying like 300, 3,000. We're talking like 50,000 years of standing apes being bad to others. Like it is. Where like you go to like Indus River civilization, like 15,000 years back in the basic like Mesopotamian basin, like the same shit happened. Like read the stories of Gilgamesh. Like, he was an asshole.
Honestly, like I would say every other day, I just tell myself we're nothing but cavemen and better duds. I mean, that's how I see it, really.
I'd rock a loincloth. These suck. I'm wearing like plastic right now.
Dude, fuck that. I'm just gonna free ball this shit. Like,
why? While you fly, and while you get your flying thing, and just like have ass ham flying out your butt.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. We talked about never talking about ass ham ever again.
We've done it twice, or no, 3 times in 3 different episodes.
I fucking hate it.
I'm gonna hashtag it, and everyone's gonna spread it like the ass ham is supposed to.
You're gonna make like a shirt out of it, and I'm gonna burn them.
Oh my God!
You're gonna try to sell them, and I'm gonna send emails to people being like, "Sorry, you can't have it because I burnt it."
I'm gonna tell Peter, our graphics guy, hey, I want ass ham. I want like it to come out of a butt. And it's just a smoking ham. That's what
ass
I
ham
want.
and Nipcoin. That's like the 2 ones.
Yes.
Nipcoin,
There's so much potential for swag, and we're not writing this shit down.
All right. Well, anyway, we're getting really political about the nature of humanity right now.
Oh God, where are we at in the world?
I don't even know.
Okay, we're good. We're gonna move